On September 8, 2022, Queen Elizabeth II died at Balmoral Castle in Aberdeen, 7 months and 15 days. Her eldest son, Charles Philip Arthur George, formerly the Prince of Wales, became king. He was the oldest person to ascend to the throne in British history, age 73, in Canada, where he took part in various activities like sailing, hunting, skiing, and hiking. Their wedding was televised around the world and seen by an estimated 750 million people. Together, they had 2 sons, Prince William in 1982 and Prince Harry in 1984. Unfortunately, their marriage was not a happy one, and the couple separated in 1992. They often attended horse shows together, and the Queen even allowed Charles to keep a few of his prize-winning polo ponies at Windsor Castle. According to reports, he had a complicated relationship with his younger brother, Prince Andrew, Duke of York, caused by Andrew's controversial friendship with Jeffrey Epstein and allegations that he sexually assaulted Virginia Roberts Giuffre when she was 17 years old. They are the first generation of royals born into a world where the internet exists and social media is popular. A former royal protection officer revealed that unlike his mother, King Charles III doesn't believe in walking barefoot. So what do you think of King Charles III? Let us know in the comments below. And thank you for watching. The source explained, you'd turn up to a garden party at St. James's Palace, for example, and you'd look down and there'd be bare feet everywhere. The Queen would always walk barefoot. She didn't have shoes on, but not King Charles. He likes his Ericsson salt. Very different. Additionally, King Charles III is apparently planning to shrink the monarchy. Unlike his mother, he doesn't feel as strongly about keeping the institution of monarchy alive by ensuring every family member has a job. A source revealed that he feels that it's important to adapt the monarchy for a world where not everyone wants to be involved in royal duties. As such, it will be up to Charles to decide whether or not they should retain their HRH titles once he becomes king. The settlement reached between Giuffre and Andrew in February 2022 reportedly left the Duke without his £1 million in assets, leading to financial strain. Charles reportedly had to foot the legal bill of his brother and cover the cost of Andrew's annual living expenses, which amounted to £20,000 a month. Sources claim that this arrangement was a condition for the settlement, ensuring that Andrew would not become destitute. Furthermore, Andrew allegedly requested that Charles assist him in paying the £7 million owed to the Crown Estate for the refurbishment of his home on the Windsor Castle estate. The request was granted by Charles, who paid for the refurbishment himself, though the true cost is unknown. As a result of these actions, insiders suggest that Charles may be wary of any further financial requests from his brother. Charles also developed a love of country music and was a fan of American singer-songwriters like Bob Dylan and Bruce Springsteen. He described it as wonderful news and said he was looking forward to being a grandfather again. In March, when the couple announced that they had named their daughter a nickname bestowed upon the Queen by Prince Philip, it was reported that the Queen and Prince Charles were less than impressed with the name choice. Despite this, Charles walked with Harry to the chapel for his wedding and escorted Meghan to her seat. Sources claimed that the Queen had asked Charles to accompany her grandson down the aisle, and that Charles had been completely blindsided by the request because he had no idea it was going to happen. During the ceremony, the Queen also handed down her wedding tiara to Meghan, which made headlines around the world. According to reports, Charles was stunned by the gesture and did not understand why the Queen would want to do that, because she had never let anyone else wear it except Princess Diana. However, the Queen reportedly felt that Meghan was a worthy successor to Diana and hoped that she would continue her legacy. Despite his busy royal duties, he managed to find time to attend concerts whenever possible and even played the harmonica at one point. Diana tragically died in a car crash in Paris on August 31st, 1997. He did so with the intention of better understanding his future responsibilities in the different countries which looked to him as their head of state. Upon returning to the UK, he joined the Royal Navy and trained as an officer, serving in the Mediterranean Fleet. In 1971, he was promoted to the rank of sub-lieutenant, and transferred to the Royal Air Force, where he learned to fly helicopters. He continued his education as well, attending the University of Cambridge to study history and architecture. However, after graduating, he decided to pursue a full-time career in the armed forces, and his wife Camilla became Queen Consort, making her the first Queen Consort in over 60 years since Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother, who died in 2002. This is their story. The new king, Charles III, was born at Buckingham Palace on November 14, 1948. The first child of Elizabeth II and Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh. He served as Lord President of the Council, Lord High Commissioner to the General Assembly of the Church of Scotland, Chancellor of the University of Wales, Knight of the Garter, Chancellor of Oxford University, and so on. With such a heavy schedule of royal duties, he didn't have much time to enjoy his passions like painting, cooking, gardening, and writing. But when he did find time, he used it to establish the Prince's Trust in 1976, an organization dedicated to providing disadvantaged young people with access to employment opportunities, training, and education. He also used his platform to raise awareness about climate change and sustainable development, becoming a vocal advocate for renewable energy sources and organic farming. His Royal Highness was also a keen naturalist, spending many hours bird watching and recording the species he saw. His birth was announced to the world via a bugle call from a palace window, an event that was broadcast around the world for the first time. At the age of 3, he began suffering from what appeared to be childhood asthma and was sent to live with his maternal grandparent, King George, King and Queen Mary, in a bid to improve his health. While staying with them, he developed a strong bond with his grandfather, who would often take him to his study and teach him how to read and write. When he turned 5, he joined his parents once more at Royal Lodge in Windsor, where he was educated by a governess, before being sent away to boarding school. Initially attending Hill House School in Worcestershire and later Cheam School in Surrey, both his mother and father had been products of boarding schools themselves, and it was seen as essential that the next generation of royals were prepared to handle the burdens of their future duties through this form of education. But while Elizabeth excelled academically, Charles struggled with discipline and, according to reports, was bullied by some of his fellow students. He found solace instead in music, playing the cello and singing in the choir. Later, he attended Gordonstown School in Moray, Scotland, the same school that his father had also attended. Here, his outdoor experiences helped to strengthen his body and clear his mind, allowing him to focus better on his studies and excel academically, eventually becoming head boy. The school's motto was Plus Est in View, which means there is more in you. It was here that Charles really began to flourish. After finishing school, Charles spent 2 years traveling the world, visiting Australia, New Zealand, Fiji, Tonga. In 1977, he took on the title of Prince of Wales, and on July 29, 1981, married Lady Diana Spencer. As the heir to the throne, Charles undertook many duties on behalf of the Queen. Although Charles was not known for being particularly close to his mother, they did share a passion for horses. Following the death of his mother, Queen Elizabeth II, Charles's relationship with his siblings changed. When news broke that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle were expecting their second child in 2021, Charles expressed his joy. Charles has 3 grandchildren, Prince George, Prince Louis, and Princess Charlotte, all of whom were born during his lifetime and are therefore titled His Royal Highness. So what can we expect from the new king? According to sources who have worked with him, he is already changing things around. One thing's for certain, though, with Queen Consort Camilla by his side and their shared love of animals, the two are sure to continue the tradition of having their famous Corgis and Labradors cavorting around the grounds of royal palaces.